John Vanderbank was born September 9, 1694, died December 23, 1739. Was an English painter who enjoyed a high reputation during the last decade of King George I's reign and remained in high fashion in the first decade of King George II's reign. George Vertue's opinion was that only intemperance and extravagance prevented Vanderbank from being the greatest portraitist of his generation. His lifestyle bringing him into repeated financial difficulties and leading to an early death at the age of only 45. Vanderbank worked chiefly as a portraitist, also painting some allegorical subjects, and as an illustrator. He began his portrait practice in 1719 with a large equestrian portrait of Charles Spencer, 3rd Duke of Marlborough, developing a free, painterly style. His face is admirably drawn with what Vertue describes as greatness of penciling, spirit and composition, and partly derived from his admiration for Rubens and Van Dyck, many of whose works he had studiously copied. His early portraits continued the vigor and grand style of Kneller but with a more vital and energetic drawing than his contemporaries. He used a bold pigmentation in the flesh where pink tones are painted thinly over the cooler grays of the ground layer to suggest glowing skin. The technique of colori cangianti derived from Rubens, who was himself inspired by the artists of the Seicento. Equally distinctive is the way in which mid-tones are represented by unpainted areas of gray-green primer and the placing of pure red pigments for highlights. Vanderbank's portraits of royalty, leading aristocrats and eminent persons of his day are to be found in every major art gallery around the world, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art, National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C., Royal Academy of Arts, State Gallery, the Royal Collection, the Courtauld Gallery, the Dulwich Picture Gallery, and the National Portrait Gallery. A great many of Vanderbank's portraits were engraved in mezzotint by John Faber, George Vertue, George White and others, and were highly popular at the time.